Yaa Asantewaa, the grandmother who went to war against the British in 1900 in the heart of West Africa. A grandmother picked up a rifle and declared war on one of the most powerful empires the world had ever seen, the British Empire. Her name was Yaa Asantewaa, and she wasn't just fighting for her people. She was fighting for the very soul of the Ashanti kingdom. This is the story of how a woman in her 60s, a queen mother, led an army into battle, outwitted colonial soldiers, and became one of Africa's greatest icons of resistance. And it all started with a stolen golden stool. The Ashanti kingdom in what is now Ghana was one of the most powerful states in West Africa during the 18th and 19th centuries. It was rich in gold, culture, and military might. At the heart of Ashanti tradition stood a sacred symbol, the Golden Stool, not just a throne, but the soul of the Ashanti nation, believed to hold the spirit of the people, past, present, and future. The British had already fought several wars against the Ashanti. By the late 1890s, they had captured Kumasi, the Ashanti capital, and exiled King Prempeh Thirster. But still, they wanted more. In 1900, British Governor Sir Frederick Hodgson made a grave mistake. He called the Ashanti chiefs together and demanded they bring him the Golden Stool so he could sit on it. To the Ashanti, this was more than an insult, it was blasphemy. The stool was never meant to be sat on, not even by the Ashanti king. Among those present was Yaa Asantewaa, the queen mother of Ejisu. She was in her 60s, widowed, and had lived through decades of Ashanti-British conflict. But when the chiefs hesitated to respond, Yaa Asantewaa stood up. Yaa Asantewaa's historic words, reenactment voice. "If you, the men of Ashanti, will not go forward, then we will. We, the women, will. I shall call upon my fellow women. We will fight the white men. We will fight until the last of us falls in the battlefield." Her fiery speech lit a spark. The Ashanti warriors rallied, and Yaa Asantewaa was chosen to lead. She commanded thousands of fighters, organized supply lines, and fortified Kumasi. And here's the twist. She didn't just fight with brute force. She used guerrilla tactics, cutting off British supply routes, ambushing patrols, and using the dense forest to her advantage. In March 1900, the Ashanti laid siege to the British fort in Kumasi, trapping the governor and his men inside. For months, the British couldn't break free. Sound FX suggestion, gunfire, drumming, battle cries. The British sent for reinforcements, but every messenger had to dodge Ashanti warriors hiding in the shadows of the jungle. Eventually, British forces, better armed and reinforced, broke the siege. Yaa Asantewaa and her closest warriors retreated into the forest, continuing to resist. But by late 1900, she was captured. The British exiled her to the Seychelles Islands, thousands of miles from her homeland. She never saw Ashanti again. Yaa Asantewaa died in exile in 1921, but her legacy, unstoppable. Her bravery became a rallying cry for future generations, fighting for Ghana's independence, achieved in 1957, the first African nation to break free from colonial rule. Today, schools, monuments, and even a museum bear her name. She is remembered not just as a warrior, but as a symbol of courage, leadership, and defiance. Think about it. A grandmother leading men into battle against one of the strongest empires in history. She could have chosen safety. She could have remained silent. Instead, she chose to fight, because to her, freedom was worth more than life itself. Yaa Asantewa's story isn't just history, it's a reminder that leadership knows no age, no gender, no limit. If you were in her position, would you have had the courage to stand up? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more untold histories from Africa and beyond, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video.